Milo, today we've been hired as criminal sketch artists, where we have to draw based on clues and then guess the right criminal. But you'll have to stay to the end to find out which guesses were right and which were wrong.
I'm ready, Chip. Let's do this thing.
Let's see what this first lady can tell us, Milo. Poor Grandma has had her handbag snatched by a rapscallion while out running errands this afternoon. Oh, won't you please help me find the one who did it? I think we can help, Milo.
Yeah, we need to help her find the criminal. And, Chip, we should probably ask what their head shape was.
Great thinking, Milo. Look, she's telling us some clues. Well, if old Grandma's memory is still good, I remember them being a bit square-jawed. I think it's this option. Look how square this one looks.
Fine, if you say so. I guess we should now ask what the skin color would be.
Great thinking. She says, frankly, dearie, I think they could do with some sun, but they weren't the palest I've seen either. Milo, I think it wouldn't be this one because they're not the palest. Maybe this one.
Yeah, that looks right to me. Second option for sure this time.
Let's ask about the hairstyle. I wonder what sort of hair they had. She says, oh my, their hairdo was a bit shocking to little old me. Very lopsided indeed. Where'd the other half go? What about this one?
Yes, that's it. They've got long hair on one side and really short hair on the other side.
I'm feeling good about this. Let's see what color their hair was. She says, why, it was about the same shade as my lovely golden locks I had in my youth.
Lovely golden locks. Well, let's see what the options are.
Oh, to be young again, she says. Golden. I think it might be this one.
Well, yeah, that's the closest to gold I can see.
Now let's ask about the eyes. And look, Milo, we're slowly building our sketch.
Yeah, this is getting closer and closer.
Okay, the old lady says they looked rather tired, dear. I think they could have done with a nice afternoon nap.
Okay, let's look through the eyes and see which ones look tired. Okay, the first ones look kind of normal. The second ones look very tired. But what about the rest of them?
These ones look kinda evil. These ones look a little concerning. And these ones look really weird. Milo, I think it's this option.
I agree. Definitely that option.
Now we can ask about the eye color. She says, their eyes reminded me of my famous hazelnut cookies.
Oh, I know what color that is.
Wait, Milo, she says once we finish up here, I'll get right down to my kitchen and whip you up a batch for being so sweet and helpful. Oh yeah, time to get some cookies. Hazel is a shade of brown, so it would be one of these two.
Well, which one is it?
I kinda like the middle one. What about you?
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now it's time to move on to the nose.
She says, I guess I'm not too sure, sweetie. It wasn't too big or too little, not too skinny or too wide. Just average.
Well, how about that middle option? That's looking pretty average to me.
Great thinking, Milo. I think that one suits perfectly. Now let's see about the mouth, though. She says, my, this person must spend so long frowning that their face got stuck that way.
It's gonna be a frown.
Okay, let's choose the frown then.
Yeah, that looks exactly right. And
Now let's check on the facial hair. No hairs to speak of on their face. Why, even Grandma might have them beat.
that's funny, but I guess that means they don't have any facial hair.
Yup, and now we should ask about the scars. She says scars. Oh heavens no. I would hope not, even for a ruffian like themselves.
Yep, that means 0 scars if you ask me, but maybe we could just give them a scar for fun.
What? Milo, I don't think that would help us find who the criminal is. This is serious.
Fine, be boring.
Now we need to ask about piercings, Milo. He might have some piercings. Now that I think about it, sweetie, I think they might have had their ears pierced too. Nothing else comes to this old mind. Milo, that means it's gonna be this one.
That one. Some golden ear piercings for this criminal.
Yep, and now we'll ask about the tattoos. She says, nothing that I could see, which is very strange for young'uns these days. Why, even Grandma has some hidden ink.
That's so funny. Okay, I guess no tattoos.
Yep, and wait, Milo, look, we've got all the clues we need. Now we just have to match it up.
Nice. I'm excited to see what we get. And Chip, look!
It matches perfectly, Milo. I think we did it.
Wait, let's just double check. I don't think it's gonna be any of the other ones because of the golden hair.
Yep, this one matches our description perfectly. I'm gonna click this one.
Nice. Let's arrest them.
Now we're on to the next dude, Milo. He says, hey, dude, I've got a major problem. Someone just jacked my ride and tore straight out of the lot of the cafe I was at. Oh, Milo, this isn't good. I just had new tires put on, and now they're probably half melted from all the tire tracks on the main street. I was supposed to do that.
Oh man, this poor guy.
Yeah, sucks having your motorbike stolen. We need to figure this out now. Like now. Okay, Milo, I think we can help this guy. Let's first ask about his head shape.
Yeah, tell us.
They were kinda round, I guess, but not too chubby, you know?
That's a bit vague. Which one should we choose?
I'm thinking this one because this one is a bit chubby, so maybe just the normal face?
Looks good to me. Let's go to skin color.
He says they were pretty tan, I think. I only saw them from behind for like a few seconds through the window.
Let's do the first one.
The first one, Milo, he's saying they were pretty tanned. I think we should do more like this.
Whatever, but I bet you're wrong.
Nuh-uh, Milo. Let's ask about the hair. Hopefully you can find the right hair. He says, I don't know the style. Space something? Does it matter? What? Milo, what is he saying?
Wait, Chip, I think I know.
Which one, Milo?
Our friend Alexis wears space buns in her hair. It looks like the bottom left one. That could be the right answer.
Wait, that's really smart, Milo. I think you totally got it.
Yeah, boy.
Now let's see what color their hair is. I thought the jerk was wearing a helmet until I ran closer. It was so dark. Wait, that probably means it's this one like this.
Yeah, I think that's the right one.
Let's check the eyes. He says, if I'd seen them before I walked in, I never would have left my bike out there. They had the shiftiest freaking eyes.
That means it's gonna be the fourth one.
The fourth one? Yeah, you might be right, because these eyes look really weird.
If I saw someone walk in with eyes like that, I would probably cry. Although, maybe it's the third option.
The third option? Yeah, these ones look really scary, but I think this guy would have called them scary instead of shifty.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's choose the dots.
Yup, and now for the eye color. He says, I'll tell you one thing. Their eyes will be the same color as they'll be when I finish pounding their face into the pavement.
Wow, this guy is violent, and I don't even know what that means. With the dot eyes, we can't see any color.
Yeah, you're totally right. Does that mean we should change the eyes, Milo?
Yeah, let's change it to the middle ones.
Good thinking. And the same color as their face after pounding their face into the pavement? I'm confused.
I go for brown.
Okay, Milo, we can try brown. Let's see about this nose. He says, dumb, stubby little thing.
That's so funny to say. Which one could it be?
He says little, so maybe this one, but no, this one definitely looks more stubby.
I agree.
Now let's ask about the mouth. He says, looks like they didn't even care, man. Just blank, flat. Didn't even look like they enjoyed it or anything.
That's gonna be the middle one for sure.
The middle one, Milo. This looks like a pretty happy face.
I just wanted you to draw that one for fun because it looks so silly.
This one does look pretty silly. But I think the right answer is this first one because it looks pretty blank expression. Now let's ask about facial hair. He says, no way, dude. Motorcyclists shave all their hair to be faster in the wind. Look it up.
Well, if you say so, bro. I guess there's no facial hair.
Now we can ask about scars. Nah, man, they were as bald-faced as my tires are gonna be after this.
Alright, no scars either. Got it, broski.
Huh. For piercings, he says, ringed up like a ball, man.
That means they must have a nose piercing.
Wait, you're totally right, because cows usually have one of these.
Now for the last question.
Wait, he says, I caught some ink on their neck. Or maybe it was a turtleneck? I don't know. This guy isn't helpful at all.
Come on, man, give us a straight answer. Well, might as well put some tattoos if it's gonna help us.
Yeah, hopefully he was right about this. Let's go check and... Whoa, Milo, they all look pretty similar.
Oh man, Chip, we're gonna have to be careful about this one.
Milo, I don't think it's gonna be this one here because we need the facial expression to be blank.
And the nose needs to be stubby. My guess is on the middle one.
I think you're right, Milo. Let's arrest.
Woohoo! And I wonder who we're gonna get next.
Look, it's some kind of ghost.
Yeah, Halloween!
Yeah! Let's ask the ghost about the head shape. He says, the person who murdered me was slight.
Slight? So that means they probably have a thin kind of face?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe this one here.
Alright, now let's see the skin color.
They looked like they had a fright. Wait, Milo, that means it's gonna be super pale.
Yeah, that's true. And wait a second, is this ghost gonna keep rhyming?
Wait, maybe you're right. He says they had beautifully smooth hair. Milo, that doesn't rhyme.
Smooth hair? You kidding me? What even is that?
Well, I don't think it's gonna be this one, because these two look kinda spiky.
Yeah, and I don't think it's gonna be the big fluffy hair.
Maybe this one? This one looks pretty smooth.
That looks smooth and silky.
Let's ask about the color. He says their hair was also fair.
Told you he was rhyming.
Wait, maybe you're right, Milo. Which color do you think?
Definitely the first one. Or the last one.
This is kinda tricky. I kinda like the first one.
Alright, time for the eyes.
He says their eyes, lovely but full of apathy.
What does apathy even mean?
Milo, it means they're kinda bored.
Well, it could be that one or that one. Pretty much any of them, except for maybe the last one.
Yeah, this one looks really weird. I think maybe we just go for this one.
Nice.
Let's check the eye color. The ghost says the color was like the sea. Hey, you know which color that is, right, Milo?
Brown.
Brown? Milo, the sea isn't brown.
Well, maybe if it's dirty.
Milo, it's blue. Your favorite color.
That's true. Blue is my favorite color.
Let's check the nose. The ghost says their nose, unremarkable. I think that means it's just gonna be this basic one.
Yeah, probably. Just the normal one.
He says their mouth, also unremarkable. Perhaps this one, Milo.
I agree.
Let's check the facial hair. He says their skin was smooth and unmarred.
Okay, no facial hair. What about scars?
He says nothing about them would catch you off guard. I think that means no scars.
And piercings?
They love to pierce, but not themselves. Why is this guy telling me riddles?
Well, because I think he might have been murdered by this person.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's see if there's any tattoos. For it was I that will now delve. Milo, I don't really get this.
Yeah, that just means no tattoos, I think.
Yep, let's pick that one and compare and... Whoa, Milo, look how similar they all look.
But I think we might have gotten the eyes wrong.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Let's rule some out. I think we can rule this one out because the eye color is wrong.
Yep, and we can rule the next one out because the face is a frown.
Yeah, so now we just have to pick between these three.
Well, it's not gonna be the last one because the hair's not right.
Yeah, so one of these two. Can you spot the difference between these two?
It's gonna be the second one because the face is slight.
Yeah, you're totally right. Let's arrest this one.
Woohoo!
Next customer. He says, he milked my cow.
Well, this guy's pretty angry.
He snuck onto me farm and milked my cow.
Okay, this farmer is not in a good mood. We should help him quickly.
Let's see if he can tell us the face shape. I could barely tell under all that thick bushy beard. Wait, he just told us about his beard.
Okay, I've got a feeling this one's gonna be all out of order. Let's just choose a face shape and then make sure we get the beard down.
Good thinking. This one looks like a bushy beard. Now onto the skin color. He says, I don't know. I saw them from a distance. Similar to his hair, but his hair was darker. Milo, we don't know the color of this guy's hair.
Well, we know that his hair was dark and his skin was a little bit lighter than that.
So it can't be this end option. Let's do this one as a placeholder.
And maybe make the hair color black.
Good thinking. I think that works really well. Now we can ask about the hairstyle. He says, hairstyle? How should I know? I was nearly blinded by that glint in my eye.
Okay, does that mean he's got bright teeth maybe?
Milo, I think that means he's bald. Because look, there's a little reflective spot on it.
True, that's a good one.
Okay, now time to ask about his hair color. We think it's black, but yes, he totally agrees. Dark hair. And he's also complaining about how he milked his cow.
All right, time for the eyeballs.
Yup, let's check the eyes. Looking real guilty of a cow milking, but I can see right through that facade.
Guilty eyes. Which ones could that be?
I'm not sure. These ones look pretty angry though.
Maybe it's the end ones.
Yeah, these ones actually look super guilty. Great thinking. Let's check the color. He says, I was at a distance. Dark. Same color as his hair, methinks.
Okay, that means it's gonna be black maybe?
Yeah, 'cause that's the same color as his beard. Let's check the nose. Probably good for sniffing out cattle. Milo, I think that means it's a big nose.
Big nose!
Now let's check the mouth. I couldn't see it behind that beard. Milo, maybe that means it's a really small mouth.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the answer.
Now let's check the scars. No scars, but I'll give him one. I'll knock out one of his perfect teeth. Wait, perfect teeth?
That means he must have been able to see his teeth. It's gotta be the cheesy grin.
You're right. It's the only mouth that has teeth showing. Since we have that, we know it's not scars. And now we can check the piercings. He said he looked like a cow.
Nose ring.
Yup. And now for tattoos. Don't think so, but I ain't sure. I think maybe we don't pick one to be on the safe side.
Yeah, I think we've got our guy.
Now let's compare him to the other criminals and... Wait, Milo, I think we got the skin color wrong.
Okay, that's a good first observation, but now what do we do with that?
I think we can rule out the far left and the middle one because they don't have the nose rings.
I think we can also rule out the last one as well because his eyes don't look right.
Yeah, you're right, Milo. So it's between these two and look, the color of the eyes we put are darker. So I think we should pick this one.
I agree. Let's choose that guy.
Let's do it. And on to our next customer. He's eating a donut and look, it's a police officer.
Hello, sir.
He says, I attempted to apprehend this individual this afternoon, but they were extremely dangerous. Munch.
Ron needs to stop eating his donuts.
Their powers of coercion were unparalleled. What's this guy talking about, Milo? He should be catching the criminals, not telling us about them.
All right then, buddy. Describe him to us.
He says it was out of my hands, Munch. All right, Milo, let's see what head shape he is. He says they could stand to do some jaw workouts. It's a little light.
Maybe they have a small jaw?
Yeah, maybe something like this.
That looks like a very strong jawline. I think maybe the first one.
The first one? Okay, but Milo, what about this one?
Yeah, that could be it.
Well, this is getting trickier as it goes on. Let's see the skin color. He says, I don't think I could look like that, even if I spent a lot more time in the sun. Milo, that means he's really tanned.
Yeah, I think that's true. Let's do that one.
Let's check the hairstyle. It was pretty flat upon their head, parted in the middle.
That means it's gonna be the smooth hairstyle? Or maybe the braids?
You could be right, but it could also be this one.
That's the braids.
Wait, Milo, isn't this the braids? Wait, no, this is dreadlocks. Yeah, I think this one is good.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's check the hair color. White with red and green sprinkles. Is he describing his donut?
Look in! We're trying to arrest someone!
Well, I guess we could do this one. This color's also on their donut. Maybe he was talking about this?
Let's just click again and see if he says anything useful.
Wait, he does say something. Oh, sorry, I was looking at my donut. Well, it wasn't white or red. I don't think all green.
What an idiot. What's he even saying right now?
I'm not even sure, Milo. I think we could stick with this color.
Yeah, fine. Let's just stick with that.
Let's check the eyes. Scary looking. Were those things even human? They almost ruined my appetite, Munch.
I think the dot eyes is the best option because they do not look human, bruh.
Milo, these ones also look really scary though.
Okay, if that's what you think.
I think we can go this. Depends what he says for the eye color though.
Yeah, he says he doesn't even know if those things even had the capacity for color. That means it's gonna be the dots, right?
Yep, I think so. Let's check the nose. He says, a little bulbous, I think. I wasn't really paying attention. Gulp.
Dude, this guy should not even be a police officer. He didn't even pay attention to the criminal.
Yeah, he was too busy eating his donut, but Milo, which one do you think?
Let's do something like the first one.
Okay, a little bulbous. Are you sure?
Yeah, that one.
All right, buddy, we'll stick with that one for now. Time to check the mouth. He says it may look unassuming, but they could talk even an upstanding officer into taking the most delicious of bribes.
Ooh, okay, that is very confusing. Maybe it's the big lips?
Milo, I think that one could work. This is getting really confusing.
Maybe it's the second one, actually. I changed my mind.
Oh, Milo, stop changing your mind. This one does look pretty unassuming.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Now let's ask about the facial hair. He says, yeah, it was weird. 2 long pieces on either side. That's definitely this one, Milo.
No, it's the mustache.
The mustache? But it's definitely not this one.
I think it is.
Oh, Milo, I think we should go with this one.
Fine, but when you're wrong, don't come by my house.
Milo, I'm definitely right, and no need to be so mean. He says, oh yeah, Munch, nasty scar down the eye. Smack. The tip of it was almost touching the hair. That's gonna be this one.
And look, it even works with the hairstyle.
Yep. Now let's check the piercings. He says, well, you know me. I know my hoops and loops, and they had no hoops nor loops.
All right, no piercings. Bro did not need to do all that, but it's fine.
It was a bit of a tongue twister. For tattoos, he says, I didn't even think they'd be old enough for tats, but Munch, I don't know.
Okay, stupid police officer. Let's just do no tattoos then.
Wait, did we miss something, Milo? We can't continue to the next one, and Oh, we still need to put the eye color.
Just go black, I reckon.
Okay, black to be sure. Let's see if it looks like our criminals, but Milo, this looks nothing like them.
Oh no, this is bad. Okay, we have to remember everything he said to figure this one out.
Okay, they all have the eye scar, and they all have different kind of eyes. These two have these innocent, creepy looking ones, and this one has the dots.
The other thing is they all have tattoos, but we didn't put any on our guy.
I think this was the police officer's fault. He didn't give us much to work with.
I agree. Honestly, if I had to guess it, I think it's gonna be the second one.
Yeah, I think so too. Because he has the cool beard thing, which I totally knew was right.
Whatever. Yup.
Let's pick this one and arrest him.
Okay, on to the next one.
This lady says, I require reparation for the incredible wrongdoing done to my establishment.
That's a lot of big words, bruh.
Let's help out this lady, Milo.
He says, a jaw like a rock who said no to the sea. You will not move me. I will be free. That means it must be something like a really strong jaw?
Yeah, maybe this one here, Milo.
Looks good to me. What's next? A golden sunset over the beach as the waves breathe life into your sorrows. Why is she speaking in poetry?
I'm not sure, Milo, but a golden sunset over a beach? Maybe this one?
Looks pretty good to me. Let's go hairstyle. A toilet brush used far too long. I believe we are all like a toilet brush deep down. What?
Milo, this doesn't make any sense. Hair like a toilet brush?
Maybe that third one looks kind of messy and spiky to me.
What about this one?
Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay, let's check the hair color.
Like the sky before a storm. What untidings shall it bring to our town? But more importantly, our hearts. I actually don't understand that. Maybe she's talking about the color gray?
I think that's what she's talking about. Like the sky before a storm. I think gray works perfectly.
Nice, boy. I'm bothered by the atrocities they have committed. But no winds or lashes is stronger than me, an art gallery owner. What? Huh?
Unbothered by the atrocities they have committed? Maybe something like this?
Maybe, or maybe it's the first one because they look pretty unbothered.
Yeah, I like that one. Let's check the eye color.
Okay, a dense jungle. Imagine, if you will, the chopping of birds and critters, and the sun reflecting off waxy leaves. I think she's just trying to say grain.
Yeah, she's making this a lot more complicated than it has to be. Let's check the nose.
Like it didn't bother pulling its weight when the face was molded from the earth. So maybe a small one.
Yeah, I think this one because it's really small. Now we gotta check the mouth. Hopefully not a big riddle this time, but oh, it's definitely a big riddle.
Highly luscious, oddly enough, like the dribble of juice that pours down your chin as you bite into the ripest mango. Bruh, I think she's just saying big lips.
Yep, I think it's just this one.
Okay, facial hair time. Clean shaven. Well, that was easy.
Hey, why couldn't we get all of our answers like this? For scars, I think she's saying a lot of stuff.
Alas, a gas shall be mismatched from this lad, for they would rather pass gas en masse on my walls and glass. What the bro? I don't know what that means. Mismatched from this lad? That makes me think there's no scar.
Yeah, I think so, Milo. Now we can just check the piercings.
Okay, I can just tell she's trying to say no piercings.
Yep, let's do that. And tattoos.
You think this cretin would allow art near their skin? You clearly have learned nothing from me. Oh, she's so rude. I don't like her, but I think it's no tattoos for this one.
Yeah, I think so. Let's compare it to the rest of them and... Oh no, Milo, ours looks really different.
Uh-oh, this is not good. Okay, not the first one because they have a scar. The second one maybe, but I'm confused.
We can do this, Milo. I don't think it's the second one because we need the green eyes. But wait, this is the only one with green eyes, and we know it doesn't have a scar.
I'm gonna say something crazy. I think it's the middle one.
The middle one? Okay, I think we can pick this one. It probably is the most similar to what we have.
That's what I think. Let's arrest this bozo.
Arrest! Wait, Milo, this is it. We get to see which criminals we got right and which ones we got wrong.
Chip, I really hope we got some right in. Oh my gosh, we only got one wrong!
Wait, Milo, we did so well!